SummerSlam is this coming Saturday, and for the first time ever, Sunday as well. We're having a two-night event for SummerSlam. Why is that? That's because Triple H has said he wants to make it as big as WrestleMania because, let's be honest, it is a pillar of professional wrestling. Always has been. So, our first ever two-night event, well, Saturday and Sunday comes from MetLife Stadium. And we have a huge 12 match card, 6 for each show. And we're going to deep dive them, give you our thoughts, predictions, and chaos that we are hoping to see. Of course, as always, hit that like, subscribe to the Kraken Wrestling community here. And as always, below comment your thoughts and predictions as well. We're going to start out with a huge announcement of the 6-pack ladder match for the WWE Tag Team titles. You got the champions, the Wyatt Six, going up against Motor City Machine Gun, DIY, Andrade, and Ray Phoenix, who technically don't have a tag team name yet, Praxium, and the Street Profits. We've seen an absolute chaos this past Friday for this build-up. Every tag team was in the ring absolutely swinging on each other. The Street Profits took out the tag team field, jumped over the turnbuckle, Montez Ford style. Dawkins flew over the top, and it was just made official. It was fantastic that we're absolutely getting this match at SummerSlam. I really feel like they have undersold the tag division for quite some time on SmackDown. We haven't seen them on a PLE since before WrestleMania, and now we're getting to see all of them on the front face of one of the main pay-per-views, premium live events for WWE. The only team, in my opinion, that's out of this picture that had been in it, but due to injury, is Pretty Deadly. But Andrade and Ray Phoenix have been a good tag team chemistry the last couple weeks, so I'm okay with them being added. I'm expecting extremely high-flying atmosphere the whole time. Fraxium is going to deliver that. Andrade and Ray Phoenix, the Street Profits. We even may see something absolutely crazy out of the Wyatts that you just did not expect to happen. This will steal the show in a sense with what we all have. This match will be up there towards the top, walking out of SummerSlam. But in that, I do not want to see the Wyatts drop the titles here. I don't want to have them more or less as a placeholder for the tag titles. I'm expecting them to walk out as tag champs, but still giving us gratification of all these tags teams being in this match. I want to see the Street Profits get a huge moment as well, and maybe them upset everybody and win it. Who knows? But my money is going on the Wyatt Six to walk out as the tag team champs. We're going to talk about we want Cross absolutely moved through the professional wrestling world on social media, and Karrion Kross is on SummerSlam going up against Sami Zayn. Now, Monday he gave us the stipulation that he is going to leave Sami alone if he loses this match, and he will be gone from Sami. And if Sami Zayn loses, he has to admit that Karrion Kross was right. What does that mean? We don't really know what it means for Karrion Kross to be right in this situation, because he's saying that Sami is just like him. We know Sami Zayn has that side. We've seen it before when he was Intercontinental Champion on SmackDown several years ago. But can he truly be that heel because he's been the face for so long? Even when he was part of the Bloodline, in my opinion, he was still the face of that group, not being a heel. And of course, taking out Roman continued to build that aspect. So, what do we get when Karrion does win out of Sami, I guess is the question here. But we have to see Karrion Kross be our winner walking out of SummerSlam. The match of Roman Reigns and Jey Uso versus Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. This match will determine where we are heading into WrestleMania 42. And I know that sounds crazy because we're only at SummerSlam, but I really think this is going to play that far into it. Now, why do I say that? Well, you steal a man's shoes, you leave Roman and Jay absolutely decimated Monday night on Raw, and you expect nothing to come out of that. Well, you need to have Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed win this match on the simple fact that that gave them a rocket, and we have to see something out of that. Is that the case on what's going to happen? I'm not sure. I'm not sure where this match is going to fall at this coming Saturday either. Don't know if this is going to be the opener or if this will be the main event. There is speculation that it can close the show. If it does, then I'm expecting to see Roman and Braun Breaker at WrestleMania in Las Vegas, where they're heading back. Now, it's going to be a chaotic match because I think we may see someone else added into this mix. And what I mean is I think we might get our new Seth Rollins partner. And that may be Austin Theory. There is speculation that Theory is actually hurt, but I don't think he is. I think we kind of pulled away from the Grayson Waller Austin Theory thing because Austin Theory was once a disciple of Seth Rollins, if you remember back to the pandemic. And I think him joining back into that group as being someone who is going to be the future of WWE would be an absolute addition that would work right now as Seth is injured. So I personally need to see Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker become the winners of this match and upset Roman and Jay, leaving them little unsure of what's going to come for their future. And I think that even builds towards this coming Survivor Series or War Games with what the outline of the War Games will be. Because I think in actuality, we're going to get a Team Seth versus Team Roman down the line. Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu will go one-on-one inside of a steel cage for the United States Championship. This is supposed to be keeping all of Solo's MFT out of the picture. That way they cannot get involved and cost Jacob the match. So, does that happen? I don't think it will. I think we're still going to see some type of chaos with Tama Tonga, even Tongaloa, Talatonga, and JC Mateo. But there's also some speculations that we may see the possible show up of new members. So there's an idea that Zilla Fatu somewhere out there will get involved and help Jacob. I've seen some people talking about how Rikishi and Haku have canceled some of their stuff they're supposed to be doing, so they may show up in some aspect. I'm hoping they do. I'm hoping they throw in some curveballs and people we didn't expect to show up happen. But in the end, I want to see Jacob walk out of this match as our United States. Lyra versus Becky Lynch for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. We seen this past Monday. Lyra had her big Becky stompers on with her shoes. A lot of people have been speculating that Lyra's going to win this match. I'm really hoping Lyra can win in this and get rid of the Becky feud, but I'm worried that Bayley is going to be a issue in this match, only because Bayley is uncertain of what she can do inside WWE now because she missed SummerSlam this time. She's missed WrestleMania now. She seems uncertain with her career. I really think that she's going to cost Lyra this match, which is going to continue that feud, but also that gives Becky the avenue to have new opponents because if Lyra cannot win, she is not allowed to challenge again for the Intercontinental title. So that gives us another avenue for Becky to start new feuds for the title, which Ivy now would be a fantastic feud. You could turn her face. You could have Bayley go for it and Lyra not be involved in that situation. You could give Maxine an opportunity. You could give Natalia an opportunity. There is people on the Raw side of the women's division that you could have challenged for this title that I think would deserve it. Even Roxanne, once they drop the tag titles, there's a possibility she could win it. So plenty of opportunity there, but Becky has to walk out as the Intercontinental Champion. Speaking of the tag team titles and Roxanne Perez, you got her and Raquel Rodriguez going up against the tag team of Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, who are becoming more of a tag team than what I figured it would last, because Alexa Bliss started this off as we are frenemies that want tag titles or want gold, and now they are becoming more friends instead of frenemies with the same outcome in mind. I'm hoping that Flair and Alexa Bliss can walk out as tag champs on the simple fact that this really works for these two, in my opinion. Right now, we don't need Charlotte pushing for a world title, and this gives Bliss the opportunity to kind of introduce Charlotte to a darker side of her heel run that she can have, because you can introduce more of the Wyatt aspect in Alexa and make that also work with Charlotte. And I think that would be interesting to see her character work grow, because I don't think Charlotte's been more than just the regular heel that we've seen. She has been the face before, but I think if we get the dark madness side of Alexa and put it with Charlotte, we can see them both mold into that together. And I think as the women's tag champs, that will work. And that also kind of helps Raquel and Roxanne kind of work towards singles titles. And then that also gives them the ability to run that with Liv when she works back, as Roxanne lost or cost their Judgment Day the tag titles and couldn't hold it down while she was out. Several aspects you could run there, but Charlotte and Alexa Bliss winning is what I have. AJ Styles versus Dominik Mysterio as he represents the Judgment Day. We need to have AJ win. I think AJ has stated multiple times that he is on his way out of professional wrestling. I do not think he's had the Intercontinental yet on Raw. I know he's had every title except that one, and he may have had that title. Of course, you can let me know in the comments. But either way, him getting the Intercontinental and then possibly having one good run with it and maybe a world title and then go to TNA to end out his career would be, in my opinion, ideal. But also having him as champion walking into Clash at Paris would not be a bad idea either, just because of the reaction he gets there, and he could be a face doing it and defending possibly against Dom and the rematch, because he is extremely over as a heel right now. So there's plenty of good ideas that you could run with AJ, but I want to see AJ Styles be the champion that dethrones Dominik Mysterio and gets another decent title run inside WWE. You do have Randy Orton and Jelly Roll going up against Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul. I have no idea what is actually going to happen with this match. If we see Jelly Roll hit a moonsault, a swanton, something crazy, I'm absolutely going to lose my mind. I know Jelly Roll has been training in the Performance Center, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what aspects he can bring into the ring, and what he has learned. I really want to see the moveset that he has. I'm really going to be impressed either way with Jelly Roll, because we've seen him do the Boss Man Slam on Logan Paul this past Friday. And so we know he's going to be using big, heavy hitting power slams for sure. But I want to know what all he has and who's been helping him train while he's been down there at the Performance Center. Now, for Randy Orton, this is just something he is, from what I understand, thrilled to do. and working with Jelly Roll. I do believe he's a huge fan of Jelly Roll himself. So that aspect brings a lot to the table. But when it comes to who should win this one, unfortunately, I'm going Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul. I think they should upset Randy and Jelly Roll at least to begin with. And then I do not expect this to be Jelly Roll's last time there. Got the triple threat for the Women's World Championship. You got Rhea, Io, and Naomi. This match, proceed with caution, as Naomi would state. This match here, it will be probably runner-up for match of the night, in my opinion. Now, of course, we know Naomi stole the world title with the cash-in of the Money in the Bank in a fantastic match between Io and Rhea. Now, Rhea has never still beat Io, so there's a lot riding on that. This is also Naomi's first title defense, and Io wants her title back. I do not think Naomi is going to be a transitional champion. I hate using that phrase, and a lot of people hate hearing it, but I think a lot of people are thinking that's what's going to happen. Naomi is not just a transitional part-time champion. She will walk out of this triple threat as the women's world champion, leaving Rhea not being able to beat Io, and leaving Io without a championship. But I think we see Naomi be champion at least until they do the potential draft. And I think at some point we're going to see Naomi versus Jade for this title. Speaking of Jade Cargill, she is challenging Tiffany Stratton for the WWE Women's Championship at SummerSlam. Tiffany, I do believe, has now surpassed 200 days as champion from where she beat Nia for it when she cashed in. She has had good title defenses against Trish, against Charlotte, and now she takes on Jade, who is our Queen of the Ring winner. A lot of people are suspecting them to give Jade the title. I do not see that happening. I think Jade will actually lose this match, and Tiffany will continue her run currently as the Undisputed Champion on SmackDown. Like I said, I think Jade gets her first title when she dethrones Naomi. Now, that could happen at Survivor Series. It could happen at WrestleMania. I think Jade actually wins this up-and-coming Royal Rumble, and that's possibly where that will happen. But Jade will come close to winning, but I do not think it happens. Now, what will be our main event is going to be this street fight between Cody Rhodes and John Cena. This is going to be what I'm hoping a double turn situation. What I mean by a double turn, for those who do not know, this is where Cody Rhodes will turn heel and John Cena will become face walking out of SummerSlam. I could be wrong, and we could see Travis Scott show up and help John Cena win, and that's a good possibility. But I think John Cena finishes out the last 4 months of his time in WWE and professional wrestling as a face of the company, and we see Cody Rhodes get that heel turn. How it happens, I'm not sure. Cody may pull the trigger and absolutely lose control of his emotions, and that's how it happens. And John Cena may still win, or John Cena has help from outside people like The Rock, Travis Scott, some other people who we just did not expect, and that's what causes him to be the champion, walking out and him still be heel and actually continue this heel run. But what I want to see is I want to see Cody Rhodes become the heel that we know he can, that we've seen in the past, and beat John Cena, ending the 17-time run, but also making sure he solidifies himself as an actual heel inside WWE. I want to see this match actually go out into the backstage area. I want to see it go into the fans. It's a street fight. It needs to be chaos. We need to see people attitude adjustment through the tables. We need to see a crossroads through a table. We need to see an Alabama style slam through a ladder like we did to Kevin Owens. Something crazy has to happen in this match. And I think we will get that in this street fight. Now, that being said, that is my thoughts, my predictions, my outcomes that I'm wanting to see. And of course, as always, down below, let us know who you have winning and why. And we will see you live for SummerSlam this coming Saturday and Sunday.